so we were talking about Charlotte and Rhea Ripley. Yeah, I mean, I think it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much else we really need to talk about for Charlotte and Rhea Ripley. Moving on to Aleister Black and Bobby Lashley. Like, to be honest, I don't even want to talk about it. Like, yes, it was a match, is what I'll say.
That was about it.
Yeah. And from what it looks like, I think they're gonna break up Lana and Bobby Lashley.
Because so overrated right now.
Yeah. I mean, Lana was shouting for Bobby Lashley to kind of spear him. So Bobby Lashley went to spear him and he got hit by a black mass. So that was that. I don't think we need to talk about it any longer.
No.
Because to be honest, I think Aleister Black showed that he can hang with like a bigger person.
Yeah. And
I think that was the whole point of the match. I don't think there's anything else that they wanted to prove because there was no build up.
Big time.
Otis and Dolph Ziggler. It was a match that kind of paid off of what they've been sort of building for the last 2 months.
Lucky Otis.
And yeah, I mean, there's nothing much else to be honest. Like, yeah, it was a good match. It was a decent match. Interference from, I keep forgetting her name, not Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville. Yeah. So Sonya Deville, she's essentially just turned heel with Dolph Ziggler since she was kind of shown on this Titantron that she was kind of working with Dolph Ziggler to kind of screw Otis up. But apart from that, I don't think there's anything like exceptional in terms of like the match. The storytelling was good. They kind of completed like a story arc with Mandy and Otis. But apart from that, I mean, there's not much else. At the end, Mandy came out because Sonya was interfering so much. She kind of just, slapped Sonya Deville.
On the face.
Kicked Ziggler in the nuts, and that was about it. Edge and Orton, again, it was an average match. I think it would have been better off if they had the crowd there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But apart from that, I'm not going to...
But one thing was 24/7 Championship came in the middle of it, and Gronsky won. So,
which was... They could have just left it to after the match.
No.
Like,
you know what was funny? Those two are brawling it out, and you see Edge and Orton just turn on those two. And just with the title themselves.
Uh-huh.
That would be funny.
Yeah. I mean, it was... They did try and kind of incorporate that they have two separate matches going on, but I think you should have just left it after the match.
Yeah.
They could have done it right after the match, and I wouldn't have minded. But, yeah. The next one, Street Profits versus Angel Garcia and Austin Theory. I didn't actually watch the match at all. I don't know who actually won.
Street Profits.
So Street Profits won. They're still the champions. That's okay. I think they still deserve it. They've kind of waited for a while.
Oh.
Angel Garcia and Austin Theory are a new tag team. I don't see them winning anytime soon. I think if they kind of stay together and form like a good tag team like the Usos, I think then they may kind of have the chance. But I don't think because Street Profits are like a tag team. I don't see them kind of splitting either.
It's more like shouting JTT.
Yeah. Crime Time, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you think about the SmackDown Women's Championship? So that was Bayley versus Banks versus Lacey Evans versus Tamina versus Naomi.
It was...
So Tamina was only in just because she could get pinned. To be completely honest, that was the whole reason. Naomi got pinned next. I think Naomi should have kind of lasted longer. I thought that Lacey Evans could have been pinned first.
True.
It would have been nicer if it was Bayley versus Sasha versus Naomi. That would have
been a good fight, yeah.
Yeah. But I do think that Sasha is about to turn on Bayley. Or Bayley might turn on Sasha. He already did, eh?
No, she already did, yeah.
Yeah.
Sasha has already turned.
I mean, I don't think she's still face yet because she did come back and help Bayley out.
Yeah.
But there's just seeds of it coming around. hopefully by SummerSlam we'll have like a pure babyface versus pure a heel.
Pure, yeah. Hopefully.
Which you would have never expected Bailey to turn heel and Sasha to be the face when they eventually face each other. But that would be good actually. Bailey looks better as a heel, to be completely honest. With her babyface turn, it was too childish.
She doesn't suit it.
Yeah. Even if she is like, she needs to be a more like anti-hero, like Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
Yeah. But apart from that, it was a decent match. I think I enjoyed it, but I think with the like I said, everything just seems so much better with the crowd.
Yeah, definitely. And
I'm going to keep saying it across the whole thing.
It was pretty typical too to see everybody just jump on Tamina straight away. It was pretty typical to see all four of them jump on Tamina like the first thing you do.
Yeah.
Just gang on.
I mean, yeah. Just take the big person out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was the only way that they would have kind of eliminated Tamina, because otherwise there's no real reason of her being eliminated, because I don't see like Bailey taking out Tamina by herself or any of the other ones taking Tamina out by herself.
No way, man. No way.
Okay, so moving on to John Cena versus The Fiend. I think we've kind of talked about it enough.
I know.
We've talked about it way too much, comparing that one and the Undertaker and Styles match. But I think it was a good match. Could have been better. Could have been a performance. It could have been a match. Yeah. Which is what but then again, you can't really hold it against WWE, because they tried to do something new.
Yeah, they gave it a shot.
They're experimenting with it, which is fine. I don't mind, as long as they're doing something really interesting.
A good idea, experimenting it in a empty place.
Yeah.
But not WrestleMania. Everybody's gonna tune into WrestleMania.
I mean, essentially, it's not. It doesn't even feel like WrestleMania. It didn't even feel like a hype. To be honest, it just felt like they did it because they had to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it. I would still say that the match was okay. Like, I'd probably give it like a B, or like a 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
Like a solid 3 out of 5. Just for the storytelling. I wasn't too impressed by the match.
It wasn't a match.
Yeah, I mean, it was essentially like Bray using the mandible claw and kind of suffocating John Cena until he passed out.
There was
in the end, yeah. And then coming to the main event, so Brock Lesnar. Man, I think Paul Heyman does it so much better.
Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar. Versus Drew McIntyre. Yeah, I think we've talked about it quite a bit,
One thing I really like though about this match compared to the others, except for the Undertaker and Edge and Order match, was it was like a hard-hitting match.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There's no slacking off. You're like actually in a brawl, and a brawl takes 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So there was no, I want to play techniques on you.
Yeah.
I was like, you hit me, I hit you.
I'm gonna, yeah. It's like, you hit me, I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna keep hitting you until you don't stand up, sort of thing.
Yeah. So that's something really good.
Which is, I mean, you can't really expect it with the situation that we've got here. You don't really want it to go on for too long either. But I think if it just could have been like slightly longer, it would have been good. Because I think Drew only used the Claymore. That was about it. He didn't actually use anything else. He was just like 4 Claymores and that was it. Which I don't mind. Like, that's not really squashing Brock, because Brock did get quite a lot of offense on.
Yeah.
But there was essentially the third pin that Brock took. He kind of just
at the ending, it was all about stamina.
Yeah, but I think Brock did put Drew McIntyre over, which is important, because Brock is not full time.
True.
If he's not full time, he shouldn't really be having the championship.
Yeah.
He can have like feuds. He can have feuds with who he can main event with, but he shouldn't really be holding onto the belt. That's the thing. That's my issue.
You have to be a fighting champion.
Yeah.
Practically.
But anyway, I think that was the end of all the 2 days worth of WrestleMania matches, and I'm just gonna state again that it didn't actually feel like a WrestleMania match at all.
Yeah.
But then again, I think they could have just postponed it. I think if they did postpone it, it would have been significantly better with the crowd.
I know it would have been way better.
But then again, we don't know what the logistics are for them. They may not have been able to back out of it either. So.
And on top of that, would people be able to pay for the tickets after this whole lockdown?
But I would assume that the people who have already bought the tickets to WrestleMania,
that would be fine.
Because that's what everyone else is doing. All the major sports that's currently on hold, even the Olympics. Everyone who's bought tickets to the Olympics, they can hold on to the tickets and reuse them next year, which is what everyone is saying. Nice. Same goes. I don't know if the IPL is going to go on or not, but
no, it's not.
I doubt. I highly doubt it.
I doubt it.
I also doubt that the World Cup takes place, but you don't know. Like you never know. I doubt it will.
Give it about 2 months. Let's see how we go.
Yeah, because World Cup's in October, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. You don't want to take the risk again. So maybe they might push it to next year. Or it's a T20 World Cup. They can do it in another 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
You know what's funny, though? Imagine having all the World Cups next year. Like, everybody's pushing this year's stuff to next year, and you have next year's stuff.
Because you've got the Olympics, you've got the... If they push the Cricket World Cup, they've got that. They'll have the IPL. Which other World Cups? The Rugby World Cup was 2018, right?
Yeah.
Oh, last year, yeah.
Let's not talk about that.
23. What other World... We've got...
Football?
Aren't we having the...
When is FIFA?
No, FIFA's not till... I don't actually remember. FIFA's not till probably next year, eh? I think...
2018.
Because it was 2000...
It was 2018.
To 2022. Yeah.
I see.
So it's a while away.
Yeah.
Hopefully we don't have any more of these coming. You never know.
We'll see.
But anyway, I think that brings us to the end of the podcast. Eh?
Yeah, man. Yep. It was a great WrestleMania.
That brings us to the end of the podcast. It's been a long. It was a crap WrestleMania. It was a crap WrestleMania with 2 good matches. That's what I'm saying.
It was the greatest of all time.
It was the greatest of all time, starting from the bottom. Yes.
Yeah, look, it made history. The first WrestleMania when nobody showed up to watch.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I was slightly disappointed with no crowd. Maybe that was it.
Maybe that was a factor, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I think, I don't know where WrestleMania 37 is happening, but 30 Tampa Bay, Florida. I think. Yeah. So that was where it was originally supposed to happen. I think this year, but they had to move.
Next year's one is Los Angeles.
Ooh, that might. That'll be
big.
Well, especially with them not going this year.
Yeah, they actually started. It'll be held at the Sophie Stadium, March 28th.
Okay. Sweet. March 28th. Sweet. Okay. Well, if the COVID thing has settled down, I might eventually end up going. Who knows?
Who knows? Get the $500,000 ticket, right? Well, it's a $5 billion venue they booked out. So,
because I hope they don't book it out for 2 nights. I don't think I'll be able to handle 2 nights worth of wrestling, and then Raw, and then SmackDown on Thursday. They
should bring back you know how they had the ladder matches. What's it called?
The TLC.
No, the Money in the Bank, was it? In WrestleMania, they had a special ladder match in WrestleMania.
Yeah. Andre the Giant.
Andre the Giant was a battle royal.
Yeah.
I forgot. They should bring those the stuff back. Have a huge feud going on.
Oh, completely forgot, mate.
Yeah. It's been a long day.
It's been a while.
I need to go back and watch my stuff again.
Yeah.
Apparently, WWE Network is free.
It's free for a month. It's not free.
Oh, because I was reading. I'm like, cool.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. It's free for a month because it's WrestleMania time. It's like Netflix. They give you one month free and then you pay for it. Yeah.
No, that's the
Like-
technique. So you deactivate that account and you make a new email on Gmail or Hotmail and you put a new. Yes.
You know that meme. The shit, I forgot what the meme was. Modern problems require modern solutions.
Oh yeah, fair enough. And I'm pretty sure many people. Or get one person to get it and share it. Share it along.
Yeah. Well, I mean, who watches wrestling anymore? To be honest,
True
I
that.
think it's just because I've been watching it for so long. I just carried on with Wrestlemania. But to be honest, it didn't feel like it. I thought it was just kind of a waste of time.
I feel like it's slowly dying out.
Yeah, and it will. It will eventually. Maybe it's just because we live in a country where not a lot of people are watching wrestling as well.
Yeah.
Maybe it might be slightly bigger in the States and Canada, where it's bigger and watching as well.
Like, you need more fanatics, I guess.
Yeah, because with New Zealand, you're like, who's gonna? A population is 4.8 million, right? And out of that, how many are going to be watching wrestling? Even if you take 10%, what's 10% of 4.8 million? Like 48,000, right?
48,000, yeah.
And 48,000 is not a lot of people. When you look at like
480,000, sorry.
stuff. What's that?
480,000.
Is it 480,000?
Yep.
Oh, 480,000. Okay. Well, clearly I'm bad at math. But yeah, so I think we're just gonna end the podcast here. But yeah, it was good having you on the podcast, mate. Hopefully, if we have another podcast shortly, we'll try and arrange a time before the lockdown ends so that we can make another one, and we'll kind of speak about something else maybe apart from wrestling.
Definitely.
All right, man. All right, sweet. So thank you for listening. I don't know how long the podcast is going to be. We've recorded for about almost 2 hours now, because this is 20 minutes going on and that one was an hour 20. So it's a long watch. We don't know how much we're going to include in the thing as well. So let's see how we go. But if we do end up posting like the whole thing on it, thank you for listening. Thank you for spending your time listening to us ramble on about wrestling.